She's the founder of ENTREPRENEURSHIP. She helps individuals to discover and embrace themselves through positive thinking and self-leadership. It's about breaking free from limiting beliefs and social expectations. That's what I really love. So let's hear her insights about positive thinking.
Nice to be speaking to you all. I think I can't do it. You're not here for me, right? You're just waiting for lunch or dinner.
Yeah, we're just having coffee. Let's just have coffee and tea.
Okay. What if I just turn her off all now?
Oh, yes, it'll be all right.
All right. What just happened over there, it's probably happened to everyone. It's just in doubt. You just have self-limiting beliefs, right? It's difficult to believe in yourself, to have that inner critic in your mind. That's what I'm going to talk about today. My name is Jolanda Busscher. I live in the Netherlands with my son. He's 13 years old, love him. And I'm a positive mindset trainer. I'm an agile coach, and I wrote a chapter on compassionate leadership. I teach people to overcome self-limiting beliefs and to transform their mindset and to change their wordings in their mind from negative to positive ones. For me, becoming the leader of your own life, the power of positive thinking, but becoming the leader of your own life is taking control of your life. It's not to let it determined by other people. Most of the times we think of other people, what they want from us, what they expect from us, and we do what's expected from us. But it's not taking control of your life. You have to think of what you want, what you really feel inside. And that's really, really important. Let's see what research shows us. LinkedIn research showed that 3/4 of the people really wanted meaningful work. But when asked, only half the people feel they have meaningful work. I think it's talent, right? And if you ask people if they are willing to cut their salary to have a meaningful life, 90% of people say they really would like that. And what's meaningful life? Meaningful life, that's something you really feel passionate about. It's something you feel inside. Something you feel you have to do, no matter what. And most of the times you already felt it when you were a child. But why aren't we just following our heart? Most of the times because you have to give up something, maybe you have to travel to the other side of the country because of a job you really would like, and that's limiting you. Or you want, maybe you want to become a dancer, an artist, and you really believe, or your family always told you, well, if you do that, you won't earn anything, right? It's just a hobby, just do it for fun, you can't do it for work. Or maybe I know someone who was a manager, but he said, I really would love to be just a bus driver, just driving around in a bus, but then he has to cut his salary, and he was to provide for his family. Or you believe that you have to take another education. You're in a job, and I know a colleague of mine, she wanted to become a nurse, but instead she was working in the IT business. But becoming a nurse, she needs to go back to school again, and that's limiting her. So she said, I'm not doing it, but that's my passion, but I would love to do that. That is heartbreaking. And most of the times it's just this belief, this inner voice is telling you that you can't do it, or you should not do it, because of all these reasons I gave you. And these are taught from childhood onwards. We've already heard that these past today and yesterday, right? A lot of these things came by. So what I want to do for now is to tell you a story, my story. I also had some kind of just limiting beliefs, and I had backslid, I have a life mission, I fell. And it started kind of 3 years ago. And I want to tell that because I went through some hardship as well, but positive thinking and focusing on what I really want really helped me to become who I am right now and who I'm standing here in front of you. So that's why I'm going to tell you this story. And it started for me kind of 3 years ago. Something happened in my life. I met my twin flame. For me, it was something I didn't have any experience with. I never heard of that concept. It was a period of turmoil. I was married, and I did some research, and I found out that being on the twin flame journey is kind of doing research to yourself, personal development, dive deep into your own mental health, and you can see what's there. The twin flame is only there to reflect to you what you're kind of missing, what you need to work on. So I went for that. It was my spiritual awakening part, and I was working in the IT business. As mentioned, I was married at the moment. I went through this twin flame journey. I did a lot of spiritual teachers, trainings, and I listened to books like Eckhart Tolle and Joe Dispenza, and I went through also kind of, what's it called? I dived into the near-death experiences, etc., angels, guides, and I learned that we are all interconnected. It's already mentioned, right? We're energy, we're connected, we're all part of the one. And that really opened my eyes, and I really loved that, and I kind of embraced unconditional love for everyone. And at that moment, when I was at that point in time, one day I was just sitting behind my desk, my work, and I saw a LinkedIn post by a former colleague who I hardly knew. He said, "I quit my job, I'm becoming a coach." And I just had goosebumps, and I thought, I want to learn more about that. So I just contacted him and said, "Tell me more." And he just mentioned what he did, and now he was really going for his dream. And I thought, I want to become a coach. I've never thought of him becoming a coach before. One day it just happened. So I went into a life coaching training education, and I started my own business, which you see here. And I started doing coaching, and I use tarot cards, that's why I just there. But I do especially coaching for people, for positive mind. And I love that, but I was still working in the IT business. But I felt that if you really follow your heart, everything will work out. And I feel I have a mission, and it's that to show if you follow your heart, everything will be all right. But I was still working, and it felt not good, because I wanted to do the coaching and helping people, and if I worked 4 days in the office, I could not help people. So I really felt this urge to quit my job, but I had a self-limiting belief, like from my parents, you need to work hard, you have a stable income. I have a son, I have an apartment. Yeah, but I did. I just quit my job. I didn't think, 3 months, and then I just decided I'd just go and do it anyway. I didn't think it through. I just did it, and I felt happy. But then after a while, and this was the beginning of this year, some doubts started to creep in. There were kind of more levels. Friends of mine and my parents just asking, of course, the more obvious question: how do you manage financially? Where do you get some income? How do you pay the mortgage? I didn't have any clients at that moment. I thought, everything will work out. But of course, it's hard to still believe in what you teach the others. And I was really, really tested. And then on the other level, I knew that my parents expressed to me that they are really disappointed in me. They were lying awake every night because of their daughter. I'm 50, 52 at the moment, but I thought that. So they're in the 80s, lying awake for their daughter. And that's because of me. So did I do it right? Right? And for my son, of course, could I just take care of him if everything was not working out? But still, I felt I have a mission to complete. I still have to defend it. And for me, it was kind of a test. How much do you believe in yourself, right? And the last level was really the doubt started kicking in. Do I believe in fairy tales? You know, like, I was brought up Catholic. Do you believe in God or not, right? Does he exist or not? But you can't prove it. You just believe it, right? And still, I went on. But then, let me just stay on this one. Just one pivotal day, it was in the evening, I have a business coach, I have to pay for the business coach for another year. And that dropped my savings so much that I had only 2 months of mortgage paid left. And I thought, oh my God, within 2 months I can't pay any mortgage anymore. It struck me. And panic started kicking in. And I thought, I don't know what to do. And I thought, okay, let's see tomorrow. Let's try to sleep. It didn't work. I went out of bed and it helped me to my business coach. And I thought, okay, at least she will help me somehow. And I just fell asleep. And the next morning, I was in my apartment and I was just looking around. And I just see the furniture and the house and how beautiful it was decorated. And I just lived there for 1 year with my son. And I thought I might lose this all because of wow. And my parents told me their worst nightmare was their daughter sleeping underneath a bridge with only the clothes you're wearing, that's it. They're really optimistic. and I thought maybe that's what's going to happen with me. But then I realized, this calm came over me. And I started smiling. And I thought, whatever happens to me, I know I will have a house. And if I don't have a house, even when I'm sleeping under a bridge, I will teach other people how to be positive, stay positive, and talk positive about and to yourself. Because that's the only way. That's the only way. And then I really knew that my life mission was confirmed. And just I had to go through this hardship before I really know what I'm doing now. So yeah, it ended up being that I'm here now. The universe brought me an author who asked me to be a co-author on this book on compassionate leadership, and I've always got this great idea. So I got a job where I just coach and do compassionate leadership all together in one job. It's everything worked out within 2 months after that. So that's really great.
Yes.
And so why did I tell you this? Because I really believed in my mission. And you have to, if you feel it, or feel something deep down inside, believe it, go for it. And of course, it's not, what helped for me is just staying in the now. And staying in the now, that's what teaching from Eckhart Tolle. And it's rather difficult. And why is it difficult? Because it's an abstract idea. And we already also had talks earlier today and yesterday, like self-love and forgive yourself. Which is really important. But sometimes it's a big concept. To forgive yourself, it's big. How do you start that? It starts small. And I will give you 3 steps for that. How to do it in small steps. And it doesn't mean that you are without doubt anymore, without anxiety. It's fine. Just feel it and go through it. It's fine. Be compassionate with yourself. Talk to yourself like your own best friend. Right? Your inner critic, I had this voice in my mind for years. When I did something wrong, I said to myself, you stupid woman. right? And sometimes it just was just funny, I just laughed at it. But still, you're telling it yourself. Don't do that. Don't use negative words, not even cynically. Don't say, I can't do it, right? So yeah, and if you're in a bad situation, know that you can come out because you're still following your heart. So let me go through the 3 practical steps. Of course, the first one, which I think is really, really important, is catch your negative words, replace them with positive sentences. And start small. I just started with 1 sentence a day. And something that I can't do it, maybe you can say, I will do it next week, not this week, right? Or I can't do it, instead of I can't do it, say, I'm going to try it. If you say, well, my colleague is the best in this job, I can never do that. Well, at least I'm going to ask for an education so I'll be better. There's always a way to rephrase it. But make sure, if you rephrase it to something positive, don't overdo it. If you say I can't, don't say, well, I'm the best at that task. That doesn't work because it doesn't resonate, right? It's important that it fits you. Just make sure it's at least neutral or a bit positive. That's the only thing. And the funniest thing is, you start catching it, and you can ask other people to help you. If you say, well, I don't want to say anything negative anymore, help me. If people say, well, hey, that's what something you said here, just replace that. Okay? It's really fun. But start with small things, just 1 sentence, one thing. The other thing which was really helpful for me is be selective about what you take in. And this is, for me it was more cutting, not watching news channels anymore. Not watching talk shows where they discuss the news. Because they always discuss things the bad things happening, right? And most of the times these are things which are not in our neighborhood. And of course, we are here now in Valencia, and the real bad thing happened over here. It's really, really bad. And of course, we need to know about things. But we just had a discussion just before, I don't know. Isn't it strange that we are dancing over here, well, to a few kilometers from there, just fighting for their lives? But we can't change it. So it's important to be aware of the circle of influence. What is in your influence? If it's in your influence, if you can do something, if you can donate clothes or money, or you can go over and help, just do that. But if you think, I can't do it, I can't help it, acknowledge it, something bad happened, and let it go. That's the only thing you can do. It doesn't help anyone if they are in a bad situation that you feel bad as well. Right? And it's, the other way is also, don't dwell on your own misery or the other ones. Or gossiping, talking bad about other people, it's also negative, right? But also don't dwell if your back is hurting all the time and complain every day, oh, my back is hurting all the time. And the next day, yeah. If people are asking about it, oh, how's your back? Maybe you can say, well, I would love to talk about a different topic. It's fine. Just don't dwell on it. It's kind of, if you stay otherwise you stay in a victimhood mindset. And sometimes people like to be in that because you get acknowledged, but it's not positive for yourself because it focuses you on what's not going good in your life. And just try to focus on what's going well in your life. And the last part, practice gratitude. We've already heard that, but I think it's really, really important. Because if you focus on gratitude, and it's in research it's shown that people who feel gratitude can't feel anger or anxiety at the same moment. So if you do that, you feel thankful, so you feel positive. And what really helped for me is to write something down in a gratitude agenda at the end of the day before you go to sleep. Because then you think maybe 3 things what you're grateful for that day. And you just look back and you fall asleep in a positive way, right? And sometimes it's difficult. to find anything. If you're really dark period, what can you be grateful about? But maybe you could say, well, I have a bed, I have a fridge, and there's food in my fridge. And then you start noticing maybe there was a beautiful sunset, or a stranger just smiled randomly to you in the supermarket, or you had this unexpected phone call from your best friend, which was really nice. Yeah, I'll finish up. This is the last one. And what helps is that if you just write it down, you just finish up with a positive attitude at the day, but you also start catching it during the day. Once you see that sunset, then you realize, oh, this is something I can be grateful for. This is I can write down later onwards. And that's keeping you positive throughout the day as well. Positive affirmations, of course, this will help you through the difficult times. I wrote it down, but please hang your affirmations on somewhere. People write it down, but I just wrote it down and then put it on my mirror. Sometimes I look at it when I'm in a dark period. I just watch my affirmations and I think, yes, this is exactly the quote I need at this moment just to get it through. So remember, you are a creator of your own world. It's how you look at the world. How do you want to look at the world? You just see the things not as they are, but as we feel inside. If we feel positive about the world, we see a positive world. So which world do you want to wake up to tomorrow? So remember, you are the creator, the leader of your own life. Happiness is a choice. Choose yourself. Right?